We are done with the hotel here in Homestead, Florida, and we're gonna head north now. Lucy, how did you like this hotel?
I liked it.
Still a bit better than camping. How did you like the Florida Keys?
Good. I loved it.
Yeah?
Liked it.
Was it a fun part of our trip?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not done with Florida yet. We're going to be going up to Caspersen Beach today, which is known for shells and shark teeth and things like that. So this right here is the recommended route by Tesla, and then it has us getting to the Naples, Florida Supercharger at 3%. We are literally just like across the street from this supercharger, which is the one we've been using the last couple of days. It's a really slow supercharger. It peaks at like 68 to 72 kilowatts, so pretty awful. But we only need a tiny bit, so I'm just going to go there. We're already basically here and charge up just enough so that we can safely take this faster route and come all the way here to the Naples supercharger, and then we'll charge from there and continue on our way up here to Caspersen Beach. So let's get started. While the car is charging, I thought I'd just share some of my impressions of the South Florida area, especially going out to the Florida Keys. And Jessica and I have talked about this, and basically you could spend a lot more time here than we did, and you could spend a lot more money as well. Things are pretty expensive on the Keys for unsurprising reasons. And also just logistics wise, there are 2 superchargers out there, and with the range of our car, if we were to fully charge here, we could almost go all the way there and back, and maybe we could, I can't remember now, but it's very close, and so very doable in an electric car, of course. The traffic out there, it varies, I'm sure, depending on the season and availability of people getting off work and coming here, during holidays, breaks and stuff. The speed limit was fairly slow, and a lot of it is 1 lane in each direction, so it's pretty congested and slow to get out there. So it definitely takes all day to go down to Key West and back. And then, of course, we could have spent more time stopping at different locations, and we just didn't have time for some of the things that we wanted to do, like the dive museum as an example. Any other thoughts or impressions, Jess? Yeah, about sums it up. So overall, we had a ton of fun here, and we're glad that we came and we were able to drive to the southernmost tip of the United States. And now we're going to continue our journey, and now it's all homeward bound from here. We're going to go up through Florida, over to the Florida Panhandle, and be camping there, and that'll be tomorrow night. And then we'll be going out to Texas to see the solar eclipse, and then we'll be heading home from there. So we still have several more days, about a week left of our trip to get all the way back home. And you can see that it's estimating that we'll get to that Naples supercharger at 11%, and that is good within our safety margin. And like I said, there's another one right here in case something happens and we need to stop earlier, we certainly can. So I'm going to unplug and go. I'm now plugged in at the Naples, Florida supercharger, and Jessica's taking the kids into the nearby PetSmart, or I guess there's a couple other retail stores there for a break. We're 15%. I've routed us to a beach here. It's called Caspersen Beach here in South Venice. And then after that, we are going to be going up to our relative's house near Orlando. It is having us go down to the Caspersen Beach first, and then on the way out, hit up the Venice, Florida supercharger. And so depending on how things go over this 1.5 hour drive, we will potentially hit up that supercharger on the way into the beach. So we're just going to get on the road and try it out. And as before, on the east coast of Florida, there is a slew of superchargers along the way, so we have plenty of options if we decide to change our route. So you can see here we're really close to the beach. I just wanted to make sure we have plenty of energy there, and then we'll be able to just leave and go straight up to the next place we stop. The supercharging peaked at 245 kilowatts when we got here at about 20%. Because we are going to the beach and we're going to be there for a little while, I'm going to have this get to at least 20%, maybe even 25%. Just a little bit of standby loss. The car's going to get hot. There's going to be cabin overheat protection on. We're not going to be here long enough probably, and it's to make a huge difference, and it's only 80 degrees, but I just want to make sure we don't have to hit back at the supercharger again on the way out. I guess I don't need to really worry about it too much because there are 2 more superchargers in between. There are just so many superchargers in Florida, it's crazy. So yeah, I'll wait until this gets to, well, I guess 15%. We're about there now, and then we'll unplug and go.
Waves!
Yeah, waves and beach.
Beach, not waves.
This is Caspersen Beach. We're just arriving. We're gonna see if we can find a parking spot. And we ended up getting here at 45% on the battery. It's quite full, but we lucked out and found a spot. First order of business is changing into swimsuits here at the restroom, which looks pretty cool. Girls, are you excited for the beach?
Yeah!
Show me your excited faces.
Yeah!
Or sounds. All right, let's go see it. That's interesting. I haven't been to a beach before where it's just a line of rocks along the water's edge.
So many.
Some of the beaches that we've been to in the past have beautiful sand, others crummy sand. Sometimes there's all sand and no shells or any fun things to find. This one is actually a lot of things to find and not great sand, although right here it's not too bad, but many of those areas over there is more just gravel. And also, I've never been to a beach before where there were so many people focused on finding beach treasures. Like probably 3/4 of these people are all searching, and many of them have tools where they have, you know, a rake or a hoe thing that they pull in sand and then sift it through with a filter. It's interesting to see how many people here are searching for fun shells and shark teeth and whatnot. So we brought these bags for the girls, and they're definitely going to have heaping bags full of treasures by the time we leave here. And because this beach is so full of people combing it for treasures, we're just continuing to walk southward. This way is southward this way. And we're just looking for a little bit less of a crowd and maybe less of a picked over beach as well. And it's actually just kind of a fun walk to keep exploring and seeing what there is to see. We have found a place on the beach to call our own. And something I wanted to try out was this cell phone bag by Syncwire. They sent this to me to review, and this is a perfect opportunity to do just that. So the box comes with 2 pouches in it. As you can see, the black edge there, that's the top of the pouch. I'm going to put my cell phone in here and then test it out. This is a clasp that pops up like that, and there's one on both sides, and then I'll just put this back and that keeps it tight. And then after opening it up, you slide your cell phone in and then clasp both sides back together. It's really straightforward, and it also came with a lanyard. Phones larger than 7 inches do not fit, so keep that in mind. And this is a Galaxy S21 Ultra that I've put in it, and it is as large as you can go with this case and still be able to fit it in. And so you can see I've turned on my camera there on the phone, and it's seeing through the transparent case, and then it's protecting obviously the phone from the sand and the water and things like that. So I'm going to experiment with this, but I mostly want it to protect my phone from the sand and maybe erroneous water, but I'm not definitely going to try to just go submerge it in this salt water. I don't have a paper towel to test it with right now. And then also the capacitive touch screen on the phone works just fine through the case, so that's important as well, of course. And I'll let you know at the end of this beach day of how well it worked. Lydia, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this the best beach we've been to?
Yeah.
Why is it?
More shells.
More shells. There's definitely a lot of shells here. Okay, go play. This is filmed with the Syncwire waterproof case on my phone. Zoomed in a bit. It should be protecting the microphone from the sound somewhat as well. I will say it's a little bit harder to see what's on the screen. There's more glare, and the plastic case sticks to the phone screen inconsistently, so there's kind of a mottled appearance on it that's a little bit hard to see through. But my phone is definitely a lot safer in the bag than outside of it. Hey girls, so you want to catch some shells, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do? If you look over here at the water, you'll see that the waves come in and they bring a lot of shells with them. And then when they go back out, you see how it gets clear for just a moment? You gotta wait for those clear spots. So when you see it, you can see clearly through the water, then you gotta look for the shells that you want and jump on them really fast, because they get washed back out really fast. Exactly. Are you okay, James? You having fun? Somebody gave him this shovel and he's loving it. It's actually a colander shovel thingy. So you can use it to scoop up the sand and find shells, just like that. Look, James, you got one. All right, let's keep walking. Lucy, have you found any good stuff? Lots of good stuff? All right. Claire, have you found some good stuff? No. We've been here at Caspersen Beach playing for several hours now and having tons of fun. and the kids are getting cold, and it's getting time to continue on our way to be able to get back to our house by like 9 p.m. even. I wanted to report on this case. I've used it this last couple of hours, and you can see this mottled pattern on it. Makes it a little bit hard to see the screen because of the reflection is inconsistent. But that's going to happen with any kind of pouch style protector like this. And it's definitely been protecting the phone from sand, and I've gotten splashed a number of times and it's protected it from that. So it's definitely a really great way to protect your sensitive electronics from salt water and sand and stuff like that. Highly recommend it. And I'll include a link in the description below to the product from Syncwire. Conveniently, this beach has a foot washing station. That's fantastic for mitigating the sand in the car. Hey kids, did you have fun at the beach today?
Yeah!
Was it worth coming?
Yeah!
And getting all sandy?
Yeah!
What was your favorite part?
Shells! Finding the deer foot.
There were lots of shells, and Lydia actually found the cartilage of a deer foot, strangely. So the agenda for the rest of the day is pretty much just driving straight to our relative's house, and we'll be getting there at about 9:09 p.m. according to this. But it's having us stop at the Sun City, Florida Supercharger first, and we'll get there about 15%, charge for 15 minutes, and then continue on to their house. So we're going to be driving to that Supercharger for about an hour and 13 minutes before we then continue on. As a point of reference right now, it is 6:18 p.m. We're at 42% on the battery, so let's get started. We are now at the Sun City Center, Florida Supercharger, and it looks like we're getting up to 211 kilowatts here at 18%. I think we were at 17% when we plugged in. It's estimating that we need to be here for 11 minutes, and then we'll continue on our way. We'll have another hour and 35 minutes of driving. And so far on our trip, we're sitting at 4,200 miles, almost 4,300 miles. And our average watt hours per mile is 366. And now we're gonna go take a quick break before we get back on the road. This is an unusual supercharger layout in my experience. It's on an angle, and all of the superchargers are out here just kind of floating, not against a curb. If you were pulling a trailer with a Cybertruck, this would make it easier because you wouldn't have to unhook, but your trailer would be out in the aisle, so that would be blocking traffic and not ideal. But this is a little bit more what they need to be doing. They just need to leave room for the trailers. The car is now at 61%, 92 kilowatt charge rate. The car is saying it's time to go, and we're going to be getting to our destination at 19%. So I'm going to unplug and we'll get on the road.